Few things get us going more than the prospect of a good meal. Friends and family gathered together, dishes laid out on the dining table. What could be better? But what is it that truly makes for a good meal? For Chinese people, handmade food represents courtesy and hospitality of the highest order. It's through touch and rhythm that people feel at one with nature and form a lasting bond through food. Ingredients can be combined to conjure up myriad unique dishes, each one an individual and fresh taste experience. What's more, the real beauty of handmade and prepared food is only truly realized when heart and hand are as one. A muddy coastline in eastern Zhejiang, the product of endlessly ebbing and flowing tides. Though all seems calm, something lurks just beneath the surface, biding its time, waiting for the tide to recede so it can seize its chance. Red-clawed crabs, or fiddler crabs, feed on algae and animal debris. Their small claws scrape precious food from the mud, while the distinctive large claws of male crabs come in handy for self-defense and courtship. And they're without doubt the fastest critters on the coast, vanishing in a blink of an eye at the merest hint of danger. They're next to impossible to catch. So, with few natural enemies to worry about, they're free to reproduce in large numbers. But then, something came along and changed their carefree existence.
就够了一个了。
A seemingly simple skill, but one that took Zhu Yingjian a decade to master.
8世紀時啦，個錯啲啦句啦咩順利咧，咁啦掉啦，佢睇下你話只打下打發了，咁佢想那時候一隻隻好句多哩咧佢啦，唔中意啦，呀佢收啊。
This menacing-looking magic weapon, an iron hook with 8 claws hung on a meter-long bamboo pole, is a customized catching tool, specially created for ensnaring red-clawed crabs. Out on the mud, a fixed yet hidden target soon becomes a moving but visible one.
你跟着我慢慢走就行啊，走太快了的话，先爬进洞里去了。那这里又有了那几个啊，来，别动了啊。不要再动了，走得太快了，使你的蟹都爬进洞里去了。
Even masters occasionally miss their mark.
个。
Take aim at a point just behind the crab. Extend the muscles in your hand, and then make a quick flick of the wrist. The locals call this technique the swing. A move which demands dragonfly-like precision. Taking advantage of the low tide, an old master like Zhu can claim over 10 kilograms of red crabs in half a day. The small crabs are rich in calcium and full of flavor, their signature umami taste coming from their amino acid content. The techniques used in any decent red-clawed crab dish should aim to bring out and intensify this flavor. For Ningbo natives who crave these crabs, another cooking method remains a firm local favorite. Take bacon, broad beans, and, of course, red-clawed crabs, and seethe them all together until all flavors have blended seamlessly and harmoniously. When times were hard and food was scarce, red-clawed crabs were especially coveted by locals. Mix crabs with salt and store in a sealed clay pot for half a year so that the proteins and fats are able to fully decompose, and the result is a complex, slightly acidic paste, exuding a wonderful salty and umami taste. Perfect for bringing a welcome savor to the simplest of ingredients. Accompanied with new potatoes and fresh taro, just a light dip will leave a lingering fragrance. For decades, this has been Zhu's most cherished dish.
阿拉大虾啦，发展到正宗的行业来做。我主要的是咧农业里各种嘅蔬菜，农贸贸务咧都主要大虾。阿拉老厂叫我700户左右人家有500多个人，都喺海里头大虾，搿人等于连饭也好到了，对吧？
Today, fewer than a handful of people have mastered the skill of crab swinging. Despite his vast experience, 61-year-old Zhu is actually a mere whippersnapper compared with his regular crabbing partner, who's already 78. Though the magic of these age-old tricks is likely to fade away in the coming years, the Chinese people's dialogue with nature will continue strong as ever. While catching crabs relies on precision, fishing at sea is all about speed. More than 1,500 kilometers away, fishermen work through the night in an endless quest to maximize their haul. In the vastness of the Beibu Gulf, only one thing breaks the inky darkness: fishing lights. After 2 hours at sea, the fishermen from Wulei village finally reach their target spot. In the local dialect, the word lao is used both as a verb, meaning to fish out, and as a noun, in which instance it refers to jellyfish. With bodies composed of 95% water, jellyfish die almost the moment they are removed from the sea. For that reason, fishing for jellyfish is a race against time. The adult jellyfish in these waters can weigh more than 20 kilograms. With no aquaculture cabin on their small fishing boat, the fishermen must move quickly and race back to the shore. At the dock, the jellyfish caught overnight have lost much of their water and must be processed as soon as possible. Luckily, the women of Wulei village are already standing by. They have just 15 minutes to work through a truckload of jellyfish, spending no more than 15 seconds on each one. The seemingly simple work requires a clear mind, sharp eyes, and quick hands. The skin and head of the jellyfish must be split before the head is divided into 3 parts. Except for the roots of the jellyfish head, the rest appear as a common cold salad dish on Chinese dining tables. Northerners have a unique way of stewing jellyfish. The skin is sliced and blanched, then stir-fried with pork belly. It must be quickly turned over high heat, which locks in the leftover moisture. This is deemed the magic touch that turns the stir-fry into a satisfying stew. The 18th day of the second Chinese lunar month, the birthday of General Ma Yuan, who was born 2,000 years ago in the Han Dynasty and was honored as patron saint of local people. During Wulei village's celebration banquet, a mouthful of jellyfish salad is said to bring good fortune for the whole year. When we commend good craftsmanship, we are praising the person. Those with skilled hands have achieved harmony between their minds and the movements they control. But only a rare few become true masters of their chosen craft. Here in Jiangyan district of Taizhou city, eager locals wake early in pursuit of the popular large furnace flatbread. This little shop, run by Guo Jincai and his apprentice, is the only place making these baked delicacies using a traditional oven. In central Jiangsu, breakfast is a cherished tradition. Here, the flatbread reigns supreme. Leavened dough stuffed with savory or sweet fillings, topped with a sesame seed coating. The magic all happens inside this spherical oven. Passed down through 7 generations of Guo Jincai's family, it's now undergoing an upgrade, so it continues to operate within the confines of modern-day emissions controls. The flames roar for 3 minutes, pushing temperatures above 500 degrees Celsius at the core of the furnace. Once this critical heat is reached, the burning flames need to be subdued because more than just flatbread will enter this inferno. If slapping the dough onto the oven wall could be likened to the fierce strikes of kung fu, then adjusting the fire is more akin to the graceful art of Tai Chi. To ensure each flatbread receives an even heat, burning straw must be carefully carried to give an extra heat boost to different parts of the oven. It's a test of patience as well as technical mastery. So far, it's a fine art mastered only by Guo. The freshly baked, sesame-coated flatbread emerges, its glowing golden crust gilded by fire, exhaling a scent of caramelized wheat. A crackling, crispy embrace on the outside, a soft, chewy layer within. Small in size perhaps, but big, big, big in terms of flavor. So popular are they that many locals are unable to bear the thought of a day without their customary flatbread. And that's a sentiment that's easy to understand when you pair these crispy treats with a bowl of fish noodle soup, the perfect Jiangyan breakfast combo. Every afternoon after shutting up shop, master and apprentice wash away the stains of a hard day's work. With a bond like father and son, they speak little, but move as one. In time, the apprentice will come good, and the sacred craft will be safe for another generation at least. Though Chinese cuisine constantly moves with the times, some fundamental skills never change. Just watch how a chef's knife dances. Yangzhou's marketplaces are much more than just grocery stalls. They serve as the city's culinary prep kitchens. For Master Chef Tao Xiaodong, these bustling aisles were once his proving ground.
快20年了，我来的时候，我们学徒的时候，石塔菜场就在这个地方，我们就为民服务，拿个正板，戴个红帽，就切了。
The apprentices were entrusted with cutting up the dried tofu.
来买点杆子，放干。来50块。
But the market isn't immune to change, and has now undergone a mechanical upgrade.
这个现在都是机器切的了。对呀。
But does this mean machines are replacing human hands for good?
我们现在手工切要达到这样的效果都很难。你切1块2块可以，50块要保证这样的速度、这样的质量，那肯定做不到。
Tao might give the machines their due when it comes to efficiency, but there's one aspect in which he can't be outdone.
我们劈干丝是片，再切。而那个机器是直接切，再切，纹路不一样。我们所有的食材都是有纹理的，它的肌理改变了以后，它的口感也是不一样。
Huaiyang cuisine, one of the 4 great traditions of Chinese cuisine, has an entire arsenal of blade techniques at its disposal, each one precisely calibrated to make the very best of each ingredient. For crisp textures, the hallmark is decisive cuts. It's in this cut and thrust arena that the Huaiyang chef proves himself as a blade master.
你要软性人就更难。鸭胗呢，又是软性又是脆性的食材，用十字花刀来解决它，它便于食材入味，烫熟的那一刹那打开。所以是南方人的一个特别必备的语句，是让所有的味道能入进去的时候，把每一片的间距都打得很均匀。
It's with these techniques that the bladesmen level up. First, they go for angled cuts, then perpendicular slashes until the surface blooms like an ear of wheat. Slicing squid requires the same subtle dance. Just tweak the angle slightly and voila, the lychee pattern emerges. In a true master's hands, even the humblest ingredient becomes nothing less than edible art.
莴笋呢，我们今天选用的叫兰花刀法，实际上是竹篮的篮。正反切的15度角，起刀跟落刀的角度，你要变了这个角度，是打不开的。 20多年前学徒的时候，好学的周六周日都不会睡懒觉，都是在菜场上面为民服务。这手艺的感觉没有切上100遍、1000遍，你是完全体会不着。
Every ingredient speaks its own unique language. The skilled hands of the master translates them all and makes them intelligible. With each precise cut, herbs from the highest mountains, greens from the field, fresh fish from the lakes and from the depths of the oceans all come alive in one boiling broth, creating a true family treasure. The mastery of Chinese knife skills has grown over centuries, with the same relentless pursuit of perfection, keeping this craft thriving and seeing it branch out further across the Taiwan Strait. Away from the urban bustle, coastal communities in southern Taiwan embrace a more tranquil way of life. At the turn of summer and autumn, the milkfish harvest season reaches its peak. The tradition of milkfish farming here stretches back over 300 years. Nets are cast during the day, while the sorting process runs all through the night. Each morning, Tainan fishermen race against time to deliver thousands of milkfish to dining tables across the region. However, there's one slight issue when it comes to eating milkfish.
老一辈喜欢吃有刺的啦，那个年轻人比较喜欢活起。
With 222 forked bones throughout its body, the milkfish may discourage younger diners. Now, the demand for boneless fish has spawned various removal techniques. The simple slicing method is the classic approach, skirting around the bones to divide up the fish. The tender fish belly lights up a bowl of congee. The firmer fish fillet, fried on an iron plate, becomes the perfect crispy snack. thick cut skin, braised with chili, oozes sticky collagen. Meanwhile, the leftover meat is minced to become fish balls, an easy-to-eat, child-friendly dish.
现在有很多鱼肚啦、鱼皮啦、鱼柳啊、鱼头把它分开来，但是坦白讲，我们都是吃全鱼。对，在我们而言，这只鱼如果不是全鱼，就不是鱼。
Huang Guoliang's family has farmed milkfish for 3 generations. Beyond breeding, he possesses a truly unique skill. While the slicing method simply removes the meat from the bones, Huang can extract the bones while leaving the meat intact. It starts by cutting along the spine, splitting the fish into 2. After removing the main backbone, numerous tiny bones remain hidden within. Huang then conducts a careful operation to trace those in hiding. This plucking method demands surgical precision, a swift insertion and instant withdrawal. Any excessive force will only snap the bones, leaving them trapped inside the flesh. Near the dorsal fin, where stray bones are hard to detect, a hypersensitive touch of the thumb is put to use. Once a bone is located, tweezers squeeze gently through the incision. The angle of removal is key. One wrong move risks tearing the delicate meat. Years of practice have enabled Huang to map his way through this maze of bones and flesh, flawlessly preserving a whole fish in all its glory. Pan-fried over a low heat, this eco-farmed milkfish releases a wonderful aroma, somewhat akin to roasted sesame seeds.
蜗牛鸡在我们南部而言是一道老台菜了，对我们而言是小时候的记忆。
At family feasts in Tainan, the cherished 5 willow sauce recipe is the most common way to cook whole milkfish. A medley of vegetables are cut into willow leaf-shaped strips, stir-fried with shredded pork, before the star milkfish is added to absorb the rich sauce. With no bones to worry about, each bite is a carefree one.
我们家3代养鱼，我阿公因为这一只虱目鱼养活了我爸爸7个兄弟姐妹，爸爸因为这一只鱼养活了我们4个兄弟姐妹。
With a whole fish laid out on the table and a whole family gathered happily at home, here is how skilled hands help soothe souls and bind people together. Life, at times, can be just like cooking. Each season, temperatures transform the world around us, even altering our own characters. Zigong, known for over 1,000 years as China's salt capital, takes its name from its abundant salt wells. The prosperity of the salt industry here gave birth to yanbang cuisine, famed for its searing spice and bold flavors. Chefs of this special cuisine, who work to tame the flames as they cook over fierce fires, often develop a fiery temperament themselves.
其实它的优点还是很多的，这是我很欣慰的。
还可以盲酸。
那写菜单儿也好，算账也好，收拾碗也好，安排人员也好，我要轻松很多多。
小朋友番茄炒蛋跟红烧肉。
现在就是不听我的话噻，好，跟个男孩子是一样。
哎，这样会儿他就给人家嘛。
性质鸡啊，差不多了。
It seems the pair share the same personality traits.
他的缺点就是很急躁，就是没得耐心的。
找哪个？
我像星座嘛，就是说话比较急。
脾气，你看嘛，我们都是这样做的。
哎呀，这边快点点同那个，他要不然你上来上个另外一个家。算了，好。我觉得没啥子的，他说话只是个语气，并不代表啥子。其实他就是想表达那个意思而已，对不对嘛？手机关了啦，王总。你不要现在听嘛。你别给我加录啊，我录你就没事。讲话哪要听？我们吵架是日常，很正常的。
It seems the pair thrive on the edgy energy of the kitchen. It's no surprise their signature dish is just as spicy.
要想到腰花呢，一定要嫩，它又嫩又香。它香在哪个地方？香是一定要在火锅里有力量，它才能够炒出这香味儿。刚刚一断生就好了，那才是那叫好吃。
Yanbang cuisine has spawned a whole series of dishes enjoyed by generations of merchants and salt workers. Many of these are humble, literally salt of the earth creations that make use of affordable ingredients like offal. The pork kidney, one of the highlights, is soaked with wine and white vinegar to remove the fishy odour.
配料就是你自己配，想咋配咋配。你觉得好吃，你就这样配。但是我觉得做那点好吃的，因为它是内脏，辣到哪才压到那些味儿。
The work starts early, with the dish being generously seasoned in advance so that the flavour-filled ingredients are ready to rock in the high-temperature wok. With the clock ticking, the countdown to showtime has begun.
反正你看就起锅，然后客人点菜呀，他就说，哎，这都我刚刚点过以后，这1分钟都出来哟，嘎。
那个火候特别不好控制，它是怎么不好控制？像这是火，这个锅一做上去之后，不到1分钟全部红了，锅都红了。
A literal flash in the pan. Let's take a look at how this searing hot sorcery unfolds. Amid the apparent fury and chaos of the stir-fry is where a chef's true expertise shines through. The art of the flip is where they prove their worth. For a heavy wok full of sizzling pork kidney ingredients, exactly 17 flips is needed. It also requires precise control of heat, knowing to stop when it's just right, so the flavour is perfectly balanced.
那个火候带给腰花入口是一种 Q 弹的感觉，有一些水分那种感觉。
能听到声音吗？其实你们拍完了，一会儿我们可以尝一下，很嫩，安逸得很。
然后用辣椒的鲜香跟大葱的那个甜，就融合在嘴巴里面的一种很丰富的复合性的口味，然后让你不停的吃饭、送饭，下饭神器。
Only when the last customer leaves will it be time for Dad to take a break. And when that happens, it will be time for his daughter to step up to the plate and prepare a meal just for them.
活大了，他有点胆怯，因为那个油溅在身上，你看嘛，只要那肯定要溅油噻。你看俺手速越快，他越啷得快的，他油越飞得高的嘛，你看我到处都是伤痕累累的。啊，这是您教的？我直接看他呀。
相当于是嘛，他旁边指导你的时候，然后他就在旁边告哈，来你告哈味道怎么样哦？来捏一根起来干。少点啥子味道，再加点盐巴，好，你再加点进去，然后就哈起来噻。啊，吃到好吃的时候，还可以，然后你就会觉得哦，这个味道是对的。
Beside improving her cooking ability, Wang just wants the best for his daughter.
哎，我巴不得他早点找一个男的就行了，不要那么挑，不需要有条件，确实不好找。 他喜欢的，还是对方喜欢他的，确实不好找。这个应该慢慢来。
吃饭喽！
Culinary skills are passed down through the generations. Between the flash of knives and the flicker of flames, ancient dishes take on new, modern twists, blending old traditions with creative innovations. Every place is proud of its own signature dish, and in Hangzhou, the most popular one takes its name from the city's famous West Lake.
吃没吃过那个西湖醋鱼？
The iconic West Lake vinegar fish can be traced back nearly a millennium and has been favoured by countless historical figures. But does it measure up to the scrutiny of modern-day diners?
走了没有？这个西湖醋鱼都流传了那么多年了，肯定因为好吃啊。报5的，报5的。一定是我们哪个地方出问题了，没有把这个鱼做好吃。
This has been Chef Fu Yueliang's obsession for years. As a Hangzhou native, he has sought to bring back the glory of the West Lake vinegar fish.
西湖醋鱼就有点怎么说呢？
很腥，然后很甜。
来，开始捞鱼。
The traditional West Lake vinegar fish uses grass carp, which naturally has an earthy taste. The trick is not to feed the fish for several days. Preparing West Lake vinegar fish requires a specific cutting technique. First, the fish is split into thick and thin slices. After 7.5 swift slices and the removal of the teeth, now the fish fillets can be cooked evenly. Chef Fu's refined method involves blanching the fish in a special way, putting his own spin on a traditional technique.
锅一半在卤汤内，一半在卤汤外。前面这个部分水是保持非滚状态，锅里面这个部分是水是保持静止状态。
This slow cooking approach ensures the fish is fully cooked but remains tender, while the steam naturally lifts the fins, maintaining its perfect appearance. But is this enough to meet customers' high expectations?
就是西湖是西湖，醋是醋，鱼是鱼。
糖醋味大家都调的差不多，都还行。 但是呢，唯一的问题是鱼没有味道，鱼没有底味。
Fu's solution is to use other fish to create a soup. This works wonders when it comes to enhancing the flavor.
鲫鱼、小黄鱼，然后呢豆腐，旺火快速跑。
This constant stirring and remixing during the boiling process promotes the fusion of fat and protein, creating a deliciously rich soup. Along with some wine and soy sauce, this magic concoction is drizzled over the fish, which gleefully absorbs it. But what's the secret behind this dish's enduring popularity? It is a question that had long intrigued Chef Fu. An old cookbook revealed the answer: crab.
它的味道的路径是这样进来的，就跟湖蟹一样的，先是醋、姜，最后是湖蟹的鲜甜味儿。
From the initial hit of ginger and vinegar to the firm texture of the tender fish, everything is in line with the experience of tasting actual crab meat. Fu's tireless journey of experimentation and perseverance has found the missing piece of the puzzle, enhancing the age-old experience of eating West Lake vinegar fish.
来呀！ 还可以吧。
Fu's magic recipe is currently on version number 73.
"烹饪这个传承，在于食客的口碑，好吃才能传下去。
Amid the hustle and bustle of daily life, chefs showcase masterful culinary artistry. Whether they're wielding knives like paintbrushes, weaving together ingredients into a fine tapestry of taste, fearlessly taming the flames, they're masters dedicated to creating endless delights. What's more, they embody the old adage that practice makes perfect. So long as a passion burns within, anyone who puts in the effort can acquire the divine power to bring forth deliciousness.
Hashima? 哇！我们经常没有精美的餐具，没有华丽的手艺。
你这包的水面没到家呀，到处是洞。
更没有奇珍异宝的食材，有的只是对食物虔诚的态度。只有领略过的人才能知道。
来，准备，慢一点啊。来嘛，来嘛。
好的，慢慢学，慢慢学，不着急啊。